before you start laying any floors, you really ought to check you've got the right tools so that the work can be straightforward and you're not held up. So here's the basic kit, some of which is recognisable, tape measure for obvious reasons, a pencil and a square for marking, safety goggles, you really ought to have a pair of these for any cutting work, you don't actually want any splinters in your eye, a saw, hand saw for undercutting door frames, you'll need that, knife we all know, hammer and chisel, straightforward. This is a chalk line you might have seen in the other video. It's for putting lines on the floor. Not essential, but quite handy. Jigsaw for cutting. Chop saw would be nicer if you've got one. Wedges. Now, these are very handy. You don't have to have these plastic wedges. You can always cut wedges, and we can show you how to do that in a minute, actually. But plastic wedges are handy. We use these for packing behind the boards, to brace the boards when we get started. This is a knocking block, nylon knocking block. You don't need a nylon knocking block. Again, you could cut this board and use that edge. Essentially, it's for banging onto the tongue to knock these boards together. So if you cut that off and turned it around, you could use that edge, okay? This is a reverse knocker. It's for pulling in the last row, okay? You can't get a normal knock on it, so pulling it in. You can get them from the hire shop, well worthwhile, or you'll get to the end of the job and you won't be able to get the last line in. And a straight edge or a long spirit level is also something you're going to need. So those are the basics. And perhaps a large supply of tea bags and chocolate hobnobs.